Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I am sitting in my living room floor right now. My house probably looks a mess from the background, but it's okay. I'm going to be eating today some chips. We went to Winn-Dixie to get Abby some food and we came across these SE Grocers, which is Winn-Dixie brand chips, for $1. And this was the first one that I saw. Maui mango. Like, is that not so cute? Like a lilac purple color. Maui onion, like yes. I love onion chips. Sour cream and onion were my before I went vegan. And then sriracha, which I'm excited to try. Why did it fly in here? And then to drink some ice sparkling crisp apple. So I'll start with that. Cheers. I forgot this reminds me of Crown Apple and ginger ale. Yum. So we're gonna get right into it with the Maui. And it's gonna be somewhat quick video, I hope. I just wanted to chit chat and do an update on my whole anxiety panic attack disorder because I noticed somebody wanted me to update my situation, which I will be happy to do that for you. A lot has changed. No, these are big chips too. Look at that. I don't know if you can really tell. But look at that. They've all been so big. I'm not sure what they were trying to like accomplish with Maui onion, but it is definitely like sweet onion. I love it. And only $1 too. I'm looking at my timer in the kitchen because also baking some potatoes for dinner. So, update. So I made a video in December, beginning of December, about where I was at mentally and physically with my anxiety, my depersonalization, derealization, and panic attack disorder. Before I go any further, no, I'm not like psychiatrist, I'm no doctor, like I'm not here to tell you you should be doing this, that. This is my experience, this is my update. So there you go. I'm gonna leave a link to the video that I'm talking about down below. But in that video, I was in a very dark place. I started having very bad anxiety and panic disorder that started back in June of 2016 when I had a very bad trip on an edible and I tried to drive. It was a very bad experience. It kind of like scarred me from that moment, and eventually it led up to me having panic attacks driving, like sober. You know, I would just bring myself back to that night that I had a panic attack while I was tripping on gummies. Like, it would just bring me back to that time every single time I drove. So 2017 in about June was like the last time I really drove. You know, I've been practicing here or there, driving short distances, but like as far as like being in the car by myself and driving 5 miles, 10 miles, like no. I'm still like bringing myself to do that. I'm still working on it, but yeah, I don't want this video to be too long. That video itself is like an hour long, so you can like see my backstory. But in that time, you know, I wasn't able to drive. I couldn't even walk into a grocery store by myself without feeling like I'm gonna have a panic attack. And I think the worst part is that I brought on panic attacks by thinking about having a panic attack. And that was the worst part. And it's not like I could just say, all right, don't think about it. Like, just, it's all in your head. Just, you know, don't think about it. It doesn't work like that. It's not that easy. it would definitely affect my work life. Brandon and I worked together. Whenever he wasn't working, it would be so tough for me to work because I'm only surrounded by coworkers. I'm not surrounded by people that I loved, people that I cared about and that I know cared about me on a different level. Like besides like, oh, you're my friend, I care about you, you know what I mean? So with him not working like that, like if he didn't work that day, I would try everything in my power to give that shift up, release it, call in sick, like it got bad. So anyways, update. Where am I mentally, physically? So today is May 19th maybe? Not sure. And I was at like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10 back in December when I filmed that, I was like at a 1. Like I was feeling horrible. I was so depressed. My anxiety and everything was so bad. And I couldn't snap out of it. And so today, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like at a 7, like a confident 7.5. And the reason why I'm not at a 10 is because I'm still working on driving and getting back on the road by myself, not needing anybody else. And also controlling my thoughts, because I'm sure I could still bring myself to have a panic attack if I'm in a certain situation, but I've been working very hard on controlling those thoughts and not thinking so negative. And the biggest part, getting out of my own way. Like that has been the biggest thing to help me overcome this, is getting out of my own way. So yeah, I've been putting myself in situations that would normally bring me to have a panic attack. I would like put myself in those situations, like go in a store by myself. I used to not want to be home alone. Like home used to be like a safe place for me where like no anxiety, no panic attacks could happen. But there was a time where even being home by myself was terrible and terrifying. So I would like have Brandon go out and go to the store or pick up food or something and say, no, you can go and stay home by myself, like with my cat. I've been doing that. I've been driving more, pushing myself, like when it comes to driving. I used to only want to take back roads, but like for a very short time, like I'm talking about like 1 or 2 blocks at the most. But like today, for example, I have a chip. So like today, for example, I have been out a job. I'm just gonna update on like job and stuff. I kind of quit my job a few months ago back in February because my mental health was like at stake. I literally felt like it was. I was not only dreading going to work, but like that feeling you get in the pit of your stomach, like I physically cannot do this anymore. Like I'm so miserable, you know, how much more can I like release my shifts, try to cover the fact that I can't be there without Brandon, because I will flip shit. But I was just like so over it. Like I was so stressed and my mental health was like deteriorating. So one day I just stopped going into work, and that was a shitty thing of me to do. Maybe I could have done it in a different way, gave my 2 weeks, whatever, but I did what I did. Anyways, so it wasn't until recently where I was thinking, you know, I really need to get a job. Like, I can't do this forever. I wish I could, but, you know, money doesn't grow on trees. And I had that feeling like applying at a new place without Brandon, like not being able to guarantee to work together, and just like being in a new environment, like with these people that I don't know, they don't know my condition, like where I'm at, and it was all scaring me. Just thinking about it, like I said, getting in my own way, like being stuck in my head and my thoughts, you know what I mean? So I don't know what it was, But lately I've just been like very confident in myself, and I'm like, you know what, this is not gonna be my life. I don't want this to be my life anymore. I'm gonna push myself, you know, to the limit and do things that I'm scared to do, because that is the only way myself, I'm sure you, like, that is the only way you're gonna be able to overcome this, is if you get out of your own way and you just do the very thing that you're scared of doing. So I've been doing that lately, and I don't know, it's been helping. It really has. I went to a job interview today, and I feel like I killed it, honestly. I was scared to kind of do this whole finding a job and interview and working process. Like, I was scared even just a week ago, but I know it has to be done, and yeah, I kind of did it. I killed it. I really think I got the job, and I'm excited. And it's not going to be with Brandon. It is going to be very close to my house, which I'm very happy about. Very close to my house, my mom's house. And yeah, I see myself working up my way up in the company, which is amazing. And so after that interview, like I said, I would only drive like down the street, take the back roads. But after the interview, I drove what was gonna be down the street to my house, but we had to go to Winn-Dixie. And usually I would kind of like take the back road to my house instead of driving straight like on the road with all the other cars and, you know, crowded places. That used to be like a big fear. But Brandon kind of pushed me. He's like, you know, just drive straight, like, you got this, you know. I can feel the vibe, like, you're very confident right now, you know. So I drove straight, and I was like super happy. Like, I felt maybe like if I thought too much about it, I would like start to go into tunnel vision. Like, my vision would like get blurry, you know. That happens like when my anxiety and stress levels are super high. But I kind of kept cool for the most part, and I ended up driving to the store, which is the longest, like the furthest, and the not more risky, because it is just driving. But instead of taking the back roads, I took the main roads, and I kind of conquered my fear in that way. I'm not 100%, you know, ready to drive by myself like on a highway type of thing, but you know, I'm getting there slowly but surely by overcoming my fears. And yeah, mentally I'm ready to be done with this phase of my life. Like, it was horrible. I don't wish what I went through in December and November, like mentally, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Like, you don't understand. These fucking flies, yo. You don't really understand how important mental health is until it's like at stake. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sound dramatic or anything, but it was terrible. I didn't know how I was going to be able to get out of it. I'm still not 100% out of it, but I'm so much better and like so much closer to being, you know, rid of it than what I was. Like, it was super bad. But this guy commented on the video that I made, and he wanted me to update the situation, and he mentioned that he was also struggling with like panic disorder. I think he said flight trip. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Like, do you mean like flying on an airplane? Because if so, then yeah. Last summer, we went to New York, we flew, and that was when my panic attacks and stuff, kind of like when it started getting really serious. Just being in a confined space like the airplane, and like taking off and knowing that I'm not on the ground, like in case something happened, like coming up with all these thoughts, these bad scenarios, thinking the worst everywhere I went, but especially on the plane. It was scary for me, like in the beginning. Once we were in the air, it was a little bit better. I kind of just like tried to calm myself down, because if I didn't, I would start to hyperventilate and it would get very bad. I would feel like I'm dying. But he mentioned that the way I felt about driving is how he feels about being on a plane. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty positive that's what he was talking about. Like, if I could give you any tips, besides, like, in my other video, I suggested trying ashwagandha and magnesium. Ashwagandha is an Indian, like, medicine, natural medicine, and it helps with anxiety, depression. It just keeps you feeling positive and, like, calms your thoughts down. And magnesium, which is a mineral that most people are deficient in. You don't even have to be vegan, vegetarian, people who eat, you know, animals, meat and stuff, are depleted of magnesium. So magnesium helps with your nerves, like, it calms your nerves down. Besides recommending you take those, I recommend CBD oil. CBD, you know, however you want to take it, in an oil, vape pen, pill form, whatever. Which I made a video on that too. It's part of the marijuana plant, but where THC is what gets you high. And it's a psychoactive, and it's what alters your mind and your thoughts and kind of makes you paranoid. CBD is the non-psychoactive part of the marijuana plant that calms you down, relaxes your thoughts as well, and just puts you in a good mental space. I definitely recommend you trying that if you are 18 or older. It is legal in all 50 states. And so other tips that I recommend is just trying to think positive thoughts. If you feel like a panic attack coming along, it's hard to tell you, because I couldn't even take that advice myself when I was going through it, because it seemed impossible. Like, my thoughts were, I wasn't able to control them. It's so upsetting to talk about, because I don't know. But just try to calm yourself down by thinking things like, you know what, I'm not in any real danger. Like, although you might, like, in my case, I literally felt, when I was, like, having a panic attack, I really felt like I was gonna die. Like, not even just saying that, like, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, literally. Like, I felt like my heart was beating out of my chest. And I was just gonna have a heart attack. Like, it was terrible. But try and tell yourself, like, I'm not in any real danger. Yes, it is a little scary, but I'm gonna be okay. You have to try and control your breathing, because the more you hyperventilate, the worse it's gonna get. And the more you're gonna feel like you're gonna die, you know? Try and control your thoughts. Like, calm your nerves. My timer's gonna go off soon. Hold on one second. Where was I? Yeah, try and control your thoughts. Calm yourself down. Practice breathing. And also think about where you want to be. Like, what do you want your goal to be? Me, for example, like, I want to be able to go to my job, make money, not have to worry about, like, am I gonna have a panic attack today? Like, just not have to worry about having a panic attack wherever, like, everywhere you go. Being able to hang out with friends without having to worry. And just getting back to how you were before you ever had this condition. That's what I would do. I would always think, like, I really want to get back to how I was. I'm going to. Like, you have to be affirmative. Like, you know it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. And slowly but surely, you will get there. It's not a permanent thing. Guaranteed, you probably weren't born with it. So, it's not the end of the world that you have it. You're gonna get over it. And you just have to think of it. Have to think of it in that way. It's gonna get better. It always does. Look up videos. I always did that. You know that you're not alone. Like, there's so many more people out there that are in the same boat as us. I'm not trying to sound, like, jokey, like, while I'm talking about a serious topic, but this is, like, kind of like an eating show, so I'm gonna eat for a little bit. These are so damn good. I don't even really care about the sriracha chips, because these are so good. Look. I mean, I don't even mind that that bag was half full because all the chips are so big. Yeah, I think the biggest cause for panic attacks is overthinking. At least in my case, like I'm always overthinking things, and I'm not just saying, like, it's hard to relate with somebody that has anxiety because it's usually never as serious as yours. Like, people have anxiety, like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay the bills this month, which is a very serious thing. Don't get me wrong, it's very serious. But like, my kind of anxiety has been like detrimental, like not being able to control my thoughts and not being able to drive a car. I'm 24 years old. I've been driving for 8 years, 24, 16, yeah, 8 years, and then all of a sudden not being able to, like, physically not being able to drive a car because my vision gets it just gets blurry. It feels like I'm looking through a fish tank, like a blurry fish tank, and my depth perception has been super messed up. Even with glasses, like I wear glasses. I'm not wearing them in this video because you'll see the glare and I don't want that to happen. But even with wearing glasses, like when my anxiety was so high, this was even just like last week or so, my vision and depth perception would still be messed up because I was so scared and paranoid that I was gonna cause an accident while I drove. So I recommend you doing the very thing that scares you. You know, if it doesn't put you at any serious risk, which, you know, flying on a plane, of course, there's a chance that something could happen, but you're more than likely to get hit by a bus or a car on the ground than you are to get into an accident in the sky. So do the thing that you're scared of. That's the only way you're gonna conquer it 100%. And yeah, you know, do what scares you, because once you work at it, you'll feel more and more confident and less scared, and that's how you're gonna overcome it. Best believe I'm gonna tear these up as soon as I'm done with this. But I don't want this video to be so long. Oh, so bright. Sriracha. Ooh, these look super seasoned. I've been loving sriracha on everything lately. That looks good. Ooh, that has a good flavor. Definitely got a nice spice that'll like settle on your tongue, but flavorful. So yeah, I feel like I just babbled and everything was all over the place as per usual, but those are kind of my tips. That's my update. I'm feeling so much better than I was back in December. I'm so grateful that I am. There's no special trick or anything that I did besides stepping out of my own way and preventing myself from succeeding and overcoming this. You just have to get out of your own head and step out of your own way. And try to calm yourself down if you feel a panic attack coming. I've seen videos, I don't remember her name, but she talks about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule, and it helps me to an extent. I didn't use it too much, but the couple times that I was driving, I felt myself like getting scared and felt like a panic attack coming on, you would just count down from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then think of a positive thought to get your mind off of that bad thought. There's a whole video. You can even YouTube 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thought or breathing. But yeah, just if you have any other questions about, you know, like my update or DPDR, panic disorder, any of that, then leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer you. There's definitely more flavored, like more seasoned than the Maui onion, which is still my favorite though. But these are very good. All right. I hope I helped in some way. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I'm just beating myself up over it. But you will get through this. If you are watching this because you suffer from anxiety, panic, DPDR, you will get through it. It's not a permanent thing. It doesn't have to be a permanent thing. You just have to train your mind to get back to the way it was before you know, this happened to you. Like whether it happened because of traumatic experience or, you know, marijuana, that's usually the cause of it, but not always. And I'm not against marijuana either. But you'll get through it. It's not a permanent thing, I promise. Everybody, you know, I don't think I've come across a situation where someone never overcame it. You know what I mean? It's not a forever thing, is what I'm trying to say. You just have to work on calming your mind down and stop overthinking. Stop getting in your own way. Like, don't try and prevent you from, I don't know how to say it. You just have to realize that you are the only person that can cure you. Nobody else can do it for you. You can go on Xanax and all those other awful medications and you know, you can take that route, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be cured of it. You're only going to suppress those thoughts and feelings that you have. They're going to come back, and they might come back even worse. So try and think, maybe if you want to start meditating, I hear that helps a lot, and I do try and meditate. Not as serious as like kind of thing, but I do try to control my breathing and, you know, clear my thoughts. But you just have to be confident. Like, you just have to feel and be confident and know that you gonna be alright, you know, like it's gonna be okay. You have to see yourself on the other side of this wall, becoming a better person. Like, I know I definitely don't take these little things that I thought were little, I don't take them for granted anymore, like driving a car, having a job, and, you know, those type of things. So you'll come out of this a stronger and a better person because of it. So just think of it that way. You're not stuck in this forever. And yeah, I'm just kind of saying the same thing over and over. If you have any additional questions, advice, or anything you want to say regarding this topic, leave them down below. Ask me anything you like, and yeah, I hope I answered your question. I really do. And I hope you can take something from this video and apply it to your own life. And yeah, I promise it's gonna be okay. I promise you'll be fine. You have to be the one to change it. Nobody else can do it for you. No one else was able to do it for me. No matter how many times people tried calming me down, like, you're not in any danger, you're good. You have to believe that yourself. And I'm starting to, I really am. I'm trying to be confident. I'm nervous to get this job and to, you know, be in the position that I'll be in, but I'm excited. I'm confident. I know I'm gonna kill it. I've been in this, you know, industry for 10 years. Like, I'm confident, and I'm confident I'm gonna be driving 100% by myself very soon, and that's because I want to. I want it to be my reality, and it's going to. Affirmative thoughts, law of attraction. The universe works in your favor every time, so just think those thoughts that you want to materialize. Okay? And I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are in this lovely world, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.